My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Monster Train 2, where we're in the Dimensional Portal to do good old Arsenal. Dropped cards from the Lost Arsenal release and utilize them more freely. So we get Melting Remnant and Umbra with the Herzl's Horde, giving us 4 deployment Ember, as well as deployable upgrade being 50% cheaper. And then Weapon Master. Drop 2 cards that have been added in Lost Arsenal. Most of those are weapons, some of those are rooms. Gear Up. A Merchant of Arms appears in the middle of the tracks after the first battle, and our powers combine. Drafts can have cards from any clan. Interesting. What clans will work well here? Ooh, Lady of the House. Burnout 3, plus 5 damage for every stack of Burnout. Very good unit. 2 copies of Cleave to do some AoE from the damage of our friendly unit to all of the health of the enemies. And then Molded is always nice to have as well. Savagery, we've got Kale, we've got Flesh Weaver with spikes. Important to know. Oh, damn. Well, this is the thing, right? If I took Weapons Cache early and then made it deployable, I can summon 3 pieces of equipment at 0 cost. That's pretty good. The only thing is, like, it's good for draw. Oh. Okay, I don't know if Little Fade is going to get necessarily the Slay line, Firefly line. But Iron Tongue could be pretty good for that. Put her in the back of the line, let her sweep through enemy units, let her collect a bunch of damage from that. Although eventually then she has a bunch of spikes as well, and you want to put her in the front line and keep reforming her and things like that. That does actually sound really good to me. The problem with Weapons Cache would be that it's not just a tool for drawing equipment, but it's also a tool for reducing their cost. And if I have Herzl's Horde, my deployment Ember is already 8. I currently use 1 of it on Lady of the House. Yeah, theoretically I can play the shield shoots on the other line. That's not important, right? I use 1 of them on the Lady of the House. So isn't it just better to get the weapons and then make them deployable rather than get the weapons cache? Because the weapons cache, I have to buy it, I have to make it deployable, I have to spend 2 on it, and I also need at least 3 cards in the deck that I want to draw. 3 weapons in the deck that I want to draw. You could constantly resummon on that floor as well if you end up using a reform build or even morsels. When you summon a friendly unit, a morsel 100% counts as a friendly unit. So I could even use morsels to just draw a ridiculous amount of weapons out of the deck. Equip everyone with a weapon. The only thing is, yeah, you can give everyone a weapon, but unless that weapon means anything to them, you've just clicked another card. Merchant of Arms. Merchant of Arms with a dupe. Merchant of Arms with a dupe. Merchant of Arms with a dupe. Okay, so there's actually way more. There might not even be more Merchants of Arms than there generally are here. But Merchants of Arms, Merchant of Arms with a dupe, a Merchant of Arms with a dupe, and another Merchant of Arms with a dupe does mean I could get a stupid amount of not only weapons in this deck, but even merged weapons. I'm going to take the weapons cache. I'm going to try it. Oh. Okay, Iron Tongue for the second one then. I really needn't have lingered on that decision so long if I knew I was going to get over the exact same cards again. Show me the champion upgrade line, because, dang, not what I was looking for, but that's okay. It'll happen. Firelight put you on the bottom line. You just keep buffing Lady of the House through Burnout and straight stats. And then that also gives me a floor where I can constantly resummon a unit so that I can benefit from weapons cache every turn. Yeah, let's do that. At the end of battle, purge an entire card is huge at the very start of the fight. Very start of the run, rather. Enemies enter with Titan Skin. Sure. Wait a second. I think I've got to go Weapons Cache, Spear Steward, then Iron Tongue. And then I'm just hoping pretty much for a reform available every turn. At least some of the enemies on the bottom line oh, they don't have to survive, actually, because Lil Fade will die anyway from burnout. So the other ones will get health that way. So then I can go Rubble Morsel, and Timber Morsel, Rubble Morsel. I mean, yeah, we win on that bottom line. I don't really need to change anything about that. We don't have any permanent effects going on in this deck at all. No, thank you. Let's go. Glow Up. Advance and Propagate. Pretty big, especially because I can just use it for Burnout on Lady of the House. Sanguine Assistant. Graphs are less valuable in the world where I'm intending to draw so many things out of the deck with the Weapons Cache. Glow Up Burst. Spawning Pod, Pseudoscience, or Gravity. Of these, when you summon a friendly unit, summon 4 Fungi. I don't think this will draw 4 units from the deck. 4 cards from the deck, rather. And I only really care about Reanimate out of the Pseudoscience, so yeah, just give me that. We'll cut a Plink first. Yeah. This is the thing, right? Do I want an Umbra? Because I think I should go Merchant of Arms. I think that's probably important, but... Merchant of Steel's also really relevant. If I can upgrade Lady of the House appropriately, then the best thing is just going to be to dupe that unit. That's pretty much... It's pretty much the upgrade that I would I would choose to put on him first. Next one would be quick. Having a look at Umbra. Oh, Miser. Whoa, Sword Maiden. I wasn't thinking about how drafts can be from any clan. Sword Maiden, summon an equipment card from your deck. And the Artificer gain Valor 8. You're a great unit to just throw on that bottom line. You're going to get so much Valor. Then let's check what the Merchant of Arms is holding, right? Yeah, Bloodthirsty Blade immediately. Void Armament. I think I buy... can't afford both. Literally can't afford both by 5 gold. I'm gonna take the Void Armament. Oh my god, I didn't make the thing deployable. It's fine, I'm about to go to another Merchant of Arms. Also, I didn't have the money to buy that and the blade. So, maybe I should have gone Bloodthirsty Blade and make the deployable. Look, I didn't do that though, so let's live in the world where I did the things I did. Iron Tongue for Sword Maiden? Just gives it additional health and the Valor immediately as well. Also, now we have someone with a sweep trigger. I don't think I need to summon a Weapons Cache when there's only one more weapon in the deck to get from it. Random mold, bring back Lil Fade, play Lil Fade. Random mold, bring back Lil Fade, play Lil Fade. Works pretty damn well. Organ Harvester. Hey, that's a 2-cost weapon. On Slay, gain Reanimate. I gotta say, a little Fade that had Reanimate's pretty good. Yeah. Wicklash. Apply 10 damage and burn out 2 to a friendly unit, only because there's a card in my deck that will always be happy to see that card. I'm gonna cut a second Plink. Gluttonsmore, now we're talking. Gluttonsmore's insane. Let's also make Weapons Cache deployable. Do I need a Stoic Plate Mail? I believe the answer to that is a strong no. Unless I merged it with Void Armament. And then I could put it on Sword Maiden because it would take care of their health as well as prevent the Extinguish trigger from that. And then, like, sure, I miss out on gaining some Valor, but the summon is a large part of the value of that. The only thing is I would have to merge them. And up until merging them, having this additional Stoic Plate Mail in the deck is actually not bad, but not good. I'll take it. Hey, we're giving them chances. Oh, drafts only offer selections from your ally clan. No, I don't want to override the rules of our powers combined, please. Draft an artifact from your allied clan or a rare card from your allied clan. It's got to be the artifact. Artifacts are always available. Rare cards are when you draw them. I'm never going to trigger Shadow Box. Wing technology is not going to be relevant, so Abandoned Entumbra just gives one of our lines the ability to eat every turn. Okie dokie. Now let's have a look at this first turn. Weapons Cache go down here, then Little Fate, then Lady of the House. Little Fade, Lady of the House, Swords Maiden. Oh, Sword Maiden, you go ahead of the Lady of the House, actually. Apologies. Now, one of you can take a Stoic Plate Mail. I think the best wielder... I mean, like, Organ Harvester on Little Fate is fun, but it's not really going to do anything. Let's throw you on the top line, I guess. Because Glutton's more... should probably go on Lady of the House. Iron Tongue. I could do this for just 8 more Valor on the bottom line. Which, yeah, there's value in that. Oh, you carve off mass. Yeah. Maybe I could have put that organ harvester elsewhere. Yeah, I'm gonna put it elsewhere. I was looking at the top lines and I was like, there's no way that it's not gonna be relevant to the top line for ages, so why would I even put it there? It's actually relevant to the top line immediately. Because you will have someone to slay. Granted, you'll have someone to slay next turn, but you'll have someone to slay. I could use Void Armaments now for removals on Shield Stewards as well. Can't do it right now, though. This is so good. Permanent Mold, bring back Lil Fade. Lil Fade gives me Void Armament. Lady of the House, eat Little Fade. Yeah, I think I will use this to just straight up remove a Shield Steward. I can get a lot of cards out of this deck with a Void Armament and Void Fragment together. Permanent Mold back another Lil Fade. This one still dies at the end of this turn, so all's well with the world. God, this is so cool. Permanent Mold. Lil Fade. Eat the Lil Fade. Mold. Lil Fade. Oh no, I was supposed to play the Space Steward before I did that. Oops. Can't overstack without it. So, Spear Steward, Spawning Pod, Rubble Morsel there, Red Flash here, you can do that, and burn the Vengeful Shard. Hell yeah, that takes out the entire bottom. Lady of the House is huge already as well. And this should, yeah, carve off the rest of the mass. It's just Flesh Weaver with 7 damage. The density of Reform in this deck is actually really important, so I'm probably never going to stop. Gosh, really annoyingly, I do want the Shield Steward to die, but I can't really make that happen right now. I should have given you Whiplash a couple of turns ago. I didn't need it on Lady of the House. Yeah, that would have been the way to get him dead. Oh well, missed opportunity to remove a card from the deck. Soldier of Fortunes? Unlikely to ever really draw a card for me. I guess it'll draw Spear Stewards occasionally. Let's just take a straight up Alloy of the Ancients. There's nothing wrong with having a bunch more armor on a single unit. Branded Warrior, Company of Name. A Branded Warrior wielding the Iron Tongue on the bottom line would maybe be a reason to go for additional capacity. And then that could be like my sweep unit, meaning the Lady of the House has much more ability to go direct targets. Damn, convinced myself. Powerful. Go for Heaven's Light immediately. As for our next removal... Spear Steward's definitely got to be one of them. Merchant of Magic dupe space is available there. Swords Maiden getting dualism's a pretty huge upgrade. Obviously, that's not from Merchant of Magic. I could see a holdover cleave being useful. Especially if it's intrinsic holdover, because then I do have the ability to rely on that for the savagery fight. I could also see a holdover. Moldover is one of the strongest things that I can do with the Gluttons more in the deck. Okay. Especially if I duped Moldova. Hello. Well, this is curious. Intrinsic is really good for the molded to then set up the holdover, but it's also really good for the intrinsic to set up the holdover. It's just molded is also good without intrinsic. All right. I'm going to go negative cost on one of the molded, just setting it up for holdover. Remove consume from Alloy of the Ancients. It's just a 30 armor constantly. Plus 20 magic power and consume on a blink. As for the dupe. I mean, there's a world. There is a world where we take Gluttons more. And then the second Gluttons more goes on the bottom line, and then I eat my champion 3 times in a turn. Well, that seems sick and nasty. Sorry, Little Icarus. I said Firefly earlier. It's Little Icarus is the line that does that. I never remember its name because I never get to use the line appropriately. It doesn't really work that well in MT2. Look, maybe with a lot of additional scaling. I'm not saying it can't work. I'm just saying compared to MT1, it's much less viable. Okay, I think that's a fair thing to say. I don't think that's too unkind. Yeah, merge the Stoic Playmail and the Void Armament, then it'd be 2 cost when I draw it. Okay. Brand Warrior should be in front of Lady of the House, actually. No matter what, because if I am pitching it for holding a... the sweep item, the Iron Tongue, then it definitely needs a better position. More. I'm just gonna give you an Organ Harvester at the moment. There's your Iron Tongue. Then we'll eat, reform. Oh my god, the card keeps its lowered cost. So we've got a Void Armament now that costs 0. Yeah, sick. Eat him again. And yeah, let's remove that Shield Steward from the deck. Primitive mold. Eat him. Primitive mold. Eat him. I'm gonna find it real difficult to kill the Shield Steward. I'm gonna have to save the Whiplash for him. Molded, eaten, molded. Eaten. Oh. I didn't even look at the top line. Well, that is difficulty. Is there anything I can really afford to do up there? I'd love to collect that collector. Like, I could just... Realistically, this bottom line's already safe. Like, I could just throw the burning bait. I don't want to, though. 8 turns of burnout. 11 turns of burnout. The damage down there is ridiculous. Yeah, no, this is better. Yes, I could get more stats. I do not need any more of the stats, though. There's Whiplash to kill the Shield Steward in 2 turns. Goodbye, Shield Steward. I would say you've served me well, but you'd have to serve me well first. Brain transfer. That's what damage and all buff and debuff stacks to the front friendly unit. Oh, also sacrifice. That's pretty damn good. That'll give us the ability to just sack a Little Fade another time in the turn, but also give the damage and health of Little Fade, which does eventually get pretty large, and its burnout to our front friendly unit. Vote of free. I don't really have a floor I can afford to sacrifice a vote free every turn on, but drawing 2 additional cards every turn is huge. Maybe I take the Ember Forge, just put it on a safe floor, and then gain 2 energy a turn. Sounds pretty good to me. The Plinks are definitely the least reliable cards in this deck at this point, so... They're the next couple of removals. There's a Merchant of Arms. I don't have many more cards that can actually hold any of the things that are being given, and if you ask me, I would suggest that maybe I should cut a couple of them from the deck at this point. Maybe I merge a Void Armament and a Stoic Plate Mail, and then I make one of the Glutton's Maws deployable. Because I play 4 units on the bottom turn, and then I would have 4 cards, and then... Yeah, no, it's that. It's that. So we combine Void Armament, Stoic Plate Mail. So who wields that? Has to be Swords Maiden. And this has to be the last piece of equipment that I throw out there. Maybe I'll roll here first. All right. Yeah, let's re-roll first. A little bit more of an idea. I don't need Echo Vault, right? Playing it at the end of the turn, not as great. Yeah, after a while, I do want to replace the weapons cache, though. I would usually cast a Primitive Mold at the start of the turn, giving me another little fade. Okay, yeah, I'll take it. Resin Blade. Return to hand when equipped unit is destroyed. So I didn't find the ability to make like a quick Iron Tongue or anything like that. So I will merge these two. I also want to buy the Resin Blades, but I do need to make deployable a Glutton's Maw or cut Organ Harvester from the deck. Extinguish triggers an additional time. For Little Fade, who's being eaten this many times a turn? I think so. I think so. I'll take Wax Snuffer there. Empyrean Well Dupe. A large amount of me is leaning towards Lady of the House, and then I just cut the Iron Tongue Branded Warrior play down there. Because, like, realistically, they get so much more damage just by being given Burnout, and they get double stack of additional Burnout. Yeah, that should probably be it, I think. I need another Resin Blades. Ugh, yucky. -1 HP per turn. Look, we'll be able to survive it. It's just gonna be annoying. Oh, hold up. We'll play everyone else's first before we silence her. So that she still gets those triggers at least. I may end up replacing equipment on units. I probably will. Oh no, I only have the 2 left, right? I can give Iron Tongue to the front laner. And then just remove them. That doesn't matter. Oh, but it applies -2 to its cost. Hang on. Does that mean when it bounces back to hand, it would be 0 cost? Because if it does, and I need to experiment with this, Resin Blades on Little Fade. Then I can give an Iron Tongue that I intend to replace to you, Glutton's Maw, and finally the merged equipment. Let's eat you. And yeah, I get a 0 cost Resin Blades back to hand. Hell yeah. Then I will mold, summon Lil Fade again, get another Glutton's Maw. Perfect. Let's play Resin Blades, Glutton's Maw, eat you. I get the Resin Blades back. That's enough burnout on Swords Maiden that I could just replace immediately, but it doesn't benefit. It takes away the 60 armor. I didn't think it could take away the armor. Return to hand when equipped unit is destroyed. Yeah, I'll give it to a morsel. Yeah, comes back to hand beautifully. That is a great way to get a bunch more equipped triggers. If only the swordsman wasn't silenced, it would be seeing all of these equipments that I keep adding to the Lil Fade, and then it bounces back to hand. I really just need to make some of those units quick, but also they have a lot of health in the backline, so they may just be able to push straight through the Eternus Savagery. Molded. Little babe. Eat. Molded. Yeah, again, we're in the position where I'm already going to be winning this fight, so I may as well throw the additional unit on top line. So that becomes then molded. You can also have Echo Vault replacement. Get eaten. Permanent mold adds little fade to the top line. And then double Alloy of Ancients just for a bunch of health on Salt Maiden. Yeah. I'll brain transfer literally just to get rid of the unit so that I can put you back on the right floor, and then we go for it again. Oh, these are the perfect turns, you see. Primitive mold. Eat. Primitive mold. Eat. Primitive mold. And at the end of this turn, I cast another one that gets to target nothing. Eat mold. Eat mold. Eat mold. Doing this and we haven't even hit Kale. Boy. Important work. Hey, the Fireborn Brain Spike would actually give me the ability to eat Lil Fade again in the turn. Planetarium, grant friendly conjure was kind of fire. No, none of these are necessary for us. Cover of Night. Add some stealth to the bottom line. Shift to moon. Ability Evergrowth on a friendly unit. Regen and sap. I'm going to take the Pandemic just so that I can target bosses with some decay and sap. Card removal. This one's got to be another blink at this point. Thank you. Merchant of Trinkets. Merchant of Arms, though. Not Merchant of Arms. Merchant of Steel. Because I'm not going to have many opportunities to hit a Merchant of Steel. Yeah, 2 more. And I'm really looking for quick on 3 units, but ideally just the one of them needs it. I'm happy to take multi-strike on one of you instead. I can't take Titanite because then I can't re-roll and look for quick. So I have to re-roll. Right. We do have a lot of health survivability on that bottom line. I might just be able to outgrow. But that is a little daunting. I want to leave the ability to still get quick for one of the ladies of the house. But even then, you're not going to be doing AoE sweep with it. I guess you might. I may as well give some starting burnout to Swords Maiden, because 100% of the time she sees someone die on the bottom line, or rather she sees the unit die on the bottom line that then gives her burnout. Also, dualism's a good hit for her as well. Burner. Okay, I got 2 more areas. I'll take the Sacrificial Chamber. I can probably farm like a solid couple hundred gold out of that each fight. And then if I lose it, that's fine. I got a couple hundred gold out of it. I also could have taken the Inferno Room and put that on the bottom line. Solve the savagery fight that way. Honestly, don't think I need to, though. Oh, there it is, the second Glutton's Maw. Ah! Eat. Reform. Oh, I'm not going to be able to reform again at the end of the turn. No! I just want to reform again. Okay, knowing the Royal Morsel doesn't summon anything, it's easier to hit the Sacrificial Chamber here now. Oh, the card has to be played before or after the Echo Vault. Interesting. Okay. Mold. 8. Mold. 8. Mold. I mean, it's nice to cast the extra molded there because it clears out the reform pool for us. I think like double pandemic the boss here is probably the best idea. Hell yeah. Let's go eat from the mold. Brought back the wrong unit. Oops. That's what I get for continually playing the steward. Here we go. This is perfect. At the end of this turn, I'll get another one. Oh, got pranked again. Really need to get the shield suits out of the deck so that I'm not constantly resummoning the wrong things. Yeah, it's probably best to just let him go straight for the throat here. Nice. Mitosis cap. Gain a permanent copy of this unit. Cannot be equipped to cardless or champion units. Nice. Unnecessary. Placing bolts, Eagle Heart, advance, supply 5 valor to a friendly unit, then it attacks immediately. That's just a way to get a free attack on the bottom line. And considering the size of the units down there, not a bad idea. I feel like it's draw or nothing. Yeah, it's time. It's time to cut the rest of the suits. Wait, did I? Yeah, I think I played. I think I played the Sacrificial Chamber on the bottom line, and then I immediately overrode it with the Echo Vault. I should have put the Echo Vault on the next floor up. Because then it can dupe most of the things. It can't dupe, Wicklash at that point, or Pandemic if I'm using it on a target on the same floor, but it can dupe the primitive molds. Oops. Merchant of Arms at this point? I mean, I still do really want to see... Oh, man. Holdover is still really good for us as well, especially with that cleave. I gotta go to the Merchant of Magic. Yeah, double stack for the Halo of the Ancients, absolutely. I'm gonna re-roll before I look at anything else here, though. Yeah. Not what I hoped for. -1 permafrost on... I'm gonna give that to Brain Transfer, then I'm also gonna lower its cost by 1. Oh, dear lord. What do you do with a thing like this? Do I put 3, molds in? Put a Brain Transfer, a 0-cost molded, and maybe Cleave in? And then we just have a small gift box that we can dupe once in the next area. If I go to the even that, I'm probably gonna go Merchant of Steel. No, okay, just give me the large gift box. Give me the additional card. I don't really have the energy to play the additional card constantly, but sometimes it'll give me a better option than the one that I'm holding in hand. And those times, it'll be more than good enough. Okay. The two of you are 100% wearing Glutton's Maws. Then Iron Song to replace it. Oh, wow. Umberstar. I'm going to cleave, freeing up my ability to eat. And open halves of you and eat you. and just to remove it from the deck. Resin Blades is so unnecessary. If I strapped it to another card and then went for energy, so I'd be able to play it in the deployable phase, like attached to a Glutton's War or something like that, then it just becomes another multi-strike, which would be nice, but it's also not necessary with the numbers we get. Oh, Furnace Tap. It's a pretty fun card. I don't need the additional 60 armor at all. Allowing it to bounce back to my hand, I think, is better than putting it in the deck because it might cost me a draw. Okay, this is a really good opportunity for me. Let's drop Sacrificial Chamber on the floor. And then I can mold a Little Fade and eat a Little Fade. Yes, I'll be doing all of that, but I'll also be playing the Molded on the second floor with the Echo under it. So Echo Vault for you, then play Molded on the floor, Sacrificial Chamber down here, fade, fade. Great. So we get back at the start of the turn. Along with the Fatal Melting that helps take out the enemy. Great. Oh, I'd be able to eat so many units this turn if I didn't have to spend the energy on that. Rough. Little Fade. Eat. Bring it back. Little Fade. Eat. Bring it back. I should have cast one of these on the next floor, so that I get to bring it back at the end of the turn. Other than that, everything stays the same. Fade. Eat. Molded on Duke floor. Fade. Eat. Now, Little Fade. Brain Transfer, which triggers another Eat. I don't have quick. I'm going to throw a unit on the bottom line intentionally to let it die just for the Sacrificial Chamber. And then I get my little blade back. Little blade 8. Oh, no, I put the other one in the Reform Pool as well. I didn't think about that. Also, I need to play the Molded on the top floor. Too many things. The deck wants me to do too many things at too many different times. How can I keep track of up to 3 things? Impossible. What, you want me to know all the digits of pi next? Be reasonable. Didn't bring back the right unit to be eaten, but that's okay. Oh, didn't do it that time either. Oh, wow. There's a lot of ways to control this. I could just cleave to kill the Chosen Prayerstone and most of a Thane. I could give Trample to a unit. Whatever I do, I just need as many units to die on the bottom lane as is possible. Which, thankfully, we're pretty good at doing. Great, now Sacrificial Chamber doesn't matter at all because I don't have another shop after this next battle. Pay off. Heal nothing. Focus Growth. Unnecessary. Drain. Unnecessary. There's a world where Drain with double stack does stuff, but I don't even have the ability to apply that to it. Skip. Weaponized prosthetics. Remove equipment from unit, apply 30 damage. I realistically get to do that, but I don't want to. Demonize. Let's descend a unit, apply melee weakness, and then explode that unit from all of its weakness. Get rid of the Steward. I'm gonna give the multi-strike to the Sword Maiden. I'm still really hoping to see Quick on the lady. Look at the Merchant of Trinkets first as well. Hey, friendly units gain Rage 3 whenever they lose a stack of Burnout. Huge. Equipped units gain Armor 10. Reasonable. Deal 5 damage to enemy units when a Burnout unit dies. Pretty good. When a friendly unit gains Burnout, it gains 3 additional stacks. Ridiculous. Wing Steel. After deployment phase, third card of the turn draws 1. Sure. Chain of Gems. Apply damage shield 2 to the first friendly unit summoned each turn. The majority of the time that'll go onto a unit that I then eat immediately, so I'm not sure how useful that one is for us. We can remove Sack Chamber. I mean, I kind of want to get rid of the Resin Blades because it just keeps coming back in hand. It does nothing. Branded Warrior is kind of similar to that. There it is. Quickstone for one of the ladies. That's all we needed. Second Cleave. Yeah, having Presence of Cleave in this deck is probably relevant. Glow Up wasn't. Glow Up's done nothing for us. If I really wanted to, I could cut Organ Harvester. No, Resin Blade. Resin Blade. Sure, damage shield for the Ember. And then run into Savagery. This should be okay. Especially with that damage shield. Right. And then quick unit, go it back. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't play the Merge Equipment. I play both of the Glutton's Maws. They're so much better. You can have a Organ Harvester at the moment, I guess. Grand. So my quick unit at the back could take out the enemy front line immediately. Okay, I think this is Rubble Morsel, then I eat the Rubble Morsel, then I play the Little Fade, and then Cleave. I could have cleaved before the Little Fade. Probably should have. It's not really going to make a difference because it just... No... Okay, it will make a difference then. I do need the only unit being attacked to be Little Fade. Eat Little Fade, Echo Vault Primitive Mold so that I get it back at the end of the turn as well. Then Rubble Morsel, eat the Rubble Morsel, Cleave for hundreds of damage to the enemy, and then our quick unit takes out the Avowed Gladiator, leaving only one enemy to attack, and that's Seraph Eternus, attacking directly into Little Fade, causing it to go off again, and then Echo Vault is gonna try and revive someone before Little Fade dies, so it won't hit. It's really unfortunate. Still, this keeps our floor very, very comfortable and safe, so definitely do it. Happily molded on that floor, why not? Oh, reduce the cost of the additional equipment again. Huge. Yeah, you're getting another strike out of this. Totally makes sense to me. Primitive molds. Hit you with the brain transfer. So I will get another one of you at the start of the turn. Great. I figure we might get to this point where we can just out-survive all of what Seraph wants to do. This was, in fact, very much what I'd hoped. Also, killing my own Fade with the exploding cannonballs multiple times a turn turns out to be a lot of the AoE I was asking for. Hang on. Interesting. Demonized the boss for 2 more melee weakness. You're a couple 100 points from dead already. I mean, we definitely benefited a lot from drafting 2 cards at the very start and then the Merchant of Arms, but this is all just totally possible. This is all just the thing that you... Oh, you know what it... Okay, never mind. The thing that we... Wait, no, it's an Umbra card, Glutton's Maw. Okay, never mind. I'm back on board. You could totally just do this in a normal run. This is a ridiculous number to be putting up against Seraph Eternus on this turn. Although, here's the real difference. We're on Covenant rank 5, so the Terrifying Amalgams and the Avowed Gladiators are missing literally hundreds of health. Also, we do kind of have the ideal setup for this, with Waxer Snuffer, with Fade's First Blade, with the Exploding Candle, and the Combustible Wax. We're giving 10 Burnout, which is 50 additional damage to the ladies of the house every time a little Fade dies. So here's the thing. Get back down here. I'm not done with you. Yeah, you're dying right now. Go directly to hell, do not pass go, do not collect $200. Unfortunately, these numbers, I mean, some of the big numbers will be reflected on the unit, but like, not the burnout. The lady of the house near the end was doing like 800 damage. These stats are just the ones that we got consistently from Lil Fade exploding with the apply plus 40 damage, plus 10 health, and burnout 10 to friendly units, which is another 50 damage to the ladies of the house. Well, that went really well. Literally just big weapons cache, big Lost Arsenal build, but Glutton's Maws allowing us to eat Little Fade so many times a turn, absolutely ridiculous. And then just getting a 2 times multiplier to it as well. Huge. Yeah, that's the good old Arsenal challenge. One of the final challenges we have that still has another challenge locked behind it, so we'll also make sure to have a look at what that is. Head back to the outpost. League of Their Own. Clip the aberrant angel's wings with your legion of weaponized monstrosities. Oh, wow. So organic, replace train stewards with graft units. Random graft units? Permascaling. Start with Blood of the Apex and Advanced Growth. What is Advanced Growth? I feel like I would know what Advanced Growth is. It's not the... No, it's not. Pain Drain. Enemies enter with spikes 1. So Blood of the Apex is the weapon that gets Slay plus 1 damage permanently. No, that's the Bloodthirsty Blade. Oh, Blood of the Apex and Advanced Growth. They're artifacts. They're artifacts. Hang on, let's very quickly have a look. I think Blood of the Apex gives all equipment Slay gain damage permanently, which is wild. Where are we? Where are we? There we go. Advanced Growth. Okay. When an equipped unit dies, permanently add +4 damage to their equipment. And who has Blood of the Apex? Oh. Oh, it's banished. And, yeah, also permanently add 2 damage to a unit's equipment on Slay. So yeah, playing a graft unit and then letting it die will permanently increase the damage of that graft unit because the equipment is part of that graft unit. That's going to be an interesting challenge as soon as we get to play it. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left has been the series playlist for all my content on the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations are down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Add up the thank you, and a special thanks to this episode to Nick Starfield. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.